everybody, it's Debbie. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to get right back into my next flip through. This is where I left off last time. I was in the middle of December of this past year, which is probably the closest I've been to being caught up in my flip throughs ever. So anyway, just going to move right on. Not really a whole lot to say about these pages. I just did a lot of journaling about what I was doing, getting ready up till the holidays. Love these light bulb stamps. I got those from Rubber Stamp Tapestry. They often have little discounts and stuff. They're mainly little peg stamps. If you don't know what peg stamps are, they're like a little round wooden stamp, maybe that tall. And, you know, they're different sizes, but basically about that size. So anyway, I got these cute little deer and these light bulbs. I love making little garlands with those. This is a Happy Mail page. I got this paper from Elizabeth, and I took some of the stamps off of her envelope, and I think Felicia actually had a little giveaway. She just did a random drawing and sent stuff to people who had commented and posted their work and whatever. So this came off of Felicia's envelope, this and this. They're cute little stamps that I colored those in. They were black and white initially, but anyway, there's her cute little Happy Mail. And that's pretty much all there is to say about that. Here's some more cute paper that Elizabeth sent me. And then I've just got some journaling here again about gift exchanges, blah, blah, blah at work. This is scrapbook paper in the background, and I just put some stickers on it, which kind of blend into it. You can't really even tell. And then I took one of these are all the tags and things I got from work. So I took the tag and made a little pocket. And then here was another tag from somebody else, and I just used my tiny attacher so that I could still look at the back. And then one of the ladies at work, she collects the money every week for the lottery. We, you know, have a big pool that we go into. It's a lot of work for her. But anyway, she gave, because I'm one of the participants, she gave me a couple of scratch-off tickets. And then I made this little tag just out of a piece of scrapbook paper and wrote down all the gifts I got from people at work so I would remember. So that was pretty much it on that. And this was Friday, December 21st. Here's some of my journaling inside here. There was a prompt in one of the groups that I belong to, and it was basically to make an envelope, stamp on the envelope, make a cluster on the envelope, and it lists the things you were supposed to use. Ink the edges and staple or use brads to tuck in favorite picks. So I did the brads right here and did this little piece of ribbon to seal it up. Here's my little cluster. Then I did my stamping on the envelope. And then inside, because it's an envelope, you gotta put something inside, right? I took pictures of my favorite Christmas things. Some of them are ornaments, like this is, I've put these pictures in my journal and other places, but this is a paper tree topper that my son, who is now 32, made in kindergarten, and I still use it on the top of my tree. And it used to embarrass him greatly, but now he just like shakes his head and he's like, whatever. And then just some of my favorite ornaments, and I wrote on there, you know, either who I got them from or the circumstance I got them or bought them or whatever. Some of them are actual decorations. So anyway, I just wrote on the back of each one. Hopefully you can see these, not that you really need to see them terribly close. Like this one, if you can see it with a little kind of star looking thing in the middle, that's something my grandson's made for me. So anyway, that's what's in there. And I kind of like that you have to wrap and unwrap this little thing. Anyway, the backing of it was more scrapbook paper. And on this page, I had this beautiful image from a magazine that I've been wanting to use for a long time. And my intention had been to leave this open right here. It's actually coming apart a little bit, so I could slip a little tag in there, and then I think I just forgot and glued it down. So anyway, moving on. So this background is a jelly print. It was a really ugly jelly. You know, most of my jelly prints are not pretty. So I used them for the background and then just put something. I cut this out of a like an advertisement at Pier 1 or somewhere like that. So here's my list of things I was doing that day to get ready for the holiday. Here's my finally wrapped presents under the tree. I put on here, I had to finish up my journaling so I could clean off my art table so the 6 of us could have somewhere to eat. Anyway, this is like one of those tags that you get on a big sheet that's a sticker tag, so you can put it on your box, your present, and write to from or whatever it already is printed to from. And I've just had some that I've had for a long time, so I just cut the to from off and then backed it with another one and just used my tiny attacher to attach it to the page. And of course it was stickers, so it stuck to each other. And just trying to use up some of my stuff. This is a Christmas card that I got from somebody the year before. It was just so pretty, I had to save it. And so I did most of my journaling in here. It was about just more getting ready, and I had actually invited my mom, who lives about an hour-ish away. She lives alone. I invited her to come and stay with me so she could be here when my son and his family came to open gifts on Christmas Eve day, and you know, just give her something to do too. So she basically stayed Sunday, Monday, I think Tuesday was Christmas Day. And then we had our Christmas thing up near her house, so I took her back and then took her home. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, more stickers, more scrapbook paper. Here's a picture here of some of the gifts that I got for Christmas. So at the stamp I had seen, I think I say this somewhere else, but I'd seen this stamp used on YouTube for, I think her name is Kate Crane or something like that. These are called Lolly Dolly stamps. I don't know why they're called that, but that's what they're called. She used them on a jelly print page, and I just had to have them. And so I put them on my list, and my sister Susan got them for me. Some arty stuff from Rachel and the boys, a little Pandora charm I wanted. Another little crafty ornament from the kids. They made a little snowman face. And this is just a list of all the gifts I got and who gave them to me. Here's my Christmas Eve day. I used, Rachel wrapped all their gifts to me in this paper. It was just the craft paper with the black, and then I drew in the little hearts. And then hopefully I'm in frame. And then here's, I don't know if this is showing, but this little cute little ribbon was on the back front of one of her presents. So I took that off and added it on, and there's my cute little family. Love them so much. And my mom with the boys. Anyway, and then the boys opening their gifts. They were delighted, of course. They just had so much fun that day. And then this is Christmas Day. I had took my mom back up to her house, and we met at her church and her fellowship hall. And this was for all the rest of the family, Rachel and, I don't know why I would say Rachel first, but Clinton, who's my son, and his family stayed at home, and then I believe her mom came over there. So anyway, I did this with, you know, my family. Here's some journaling here about just, again, getting ready for the day, you know, all that kind of stuff. Made a little cluster with some Christmas things I had. This is from Pier 1, and then the rest is stickers and little journal cards. That's a journal card, but I just glued it down. And then just the photos. And then this was a little pocket I've had for a long time. It was not a Christmassy pocket. You can see this paper sticking up right here. It was like a scrapbooky paper. I just put paper over the back and then cut this image of some photos out of a magazine, and then just put, oops, I just threw one of my gift opening photos, just that I didn't have room to post on the page. But so anyway, I made a little pocket and just stuck those in there. And I actually, because this is pretty heavy, believe it or not, this little pocket with the photos in it. So I did my little tiny attacher and attached it to the page, and then I glued the next page over top of it so that, you know, the staples wouldn't be showing on the back side. Not that that really matters. This little thing came off a bottle of wine that a lady at work gave me as a gift. And it was in one of those tall, like wine bag. It was just plain white with this red star as the tag, and then these words cheers down the side. As soon as I saw those, I knew I had to have those. So I cut them out of the bag, and it took forever. I mean, literally, I spent way too much time on this, trying to fit these on the page. I tried every configuration I could think of to make them fit on the page. And finally got that done. And then here, well, I actually did this on both sides of the page. Initially, I cut them out on this side of the page before this page was ever done. I cut these 4 stars out because I wanted to use them to make some yellow stars. If you remember this page from my last video, here's where I used those. I put a little bit of distress ink on them because I just didn't have any yellowish paper. And then I was like, well, I need to use this page. So I took a red jelly print and just pasted it over the back side so you could see those red stars. And then because I did it over here, I'm really weird and I had to do it over here. So that's what I did. Here's one of my little Lolly Dolly stamps. Yeah, I put Crane. I think her name was Kate Crane was the artist who designed this. So anyway, I just stamped it and then did some coloring. Just some doodling around the edges because there was still a lot of just whitish area. And just some more after Christmas stuff. I've had this, this actually wasn't a tag, it's just a little piece of ephemera. I've had it forever. I think it came off the front of a Christmas card, or honestly, I don't remember. It might have been Happy Mail. This in the back is a jelly print, and so I just cut some white paper out to go underneath of this so it didn't disappear into the background, and then just punched a hole and added this ribbon, if you could see the ribbon. Sorry if I'm out of frame. Some paper I got off of Pinterest or somewhere Google-ish. This is a Pier 1 picture that I've been trying to use for a long time. Another jelly print in the back that I put some washi down the side, and it's a kind of a clearish washi, but it has little poinsettias so that kind of the poinsettias still stick out. This was a cupcake liner that Elizabeth sent in some Happy Mail, and I backed it on another piece of scrapbook paper and used some eyelash trim behind it. And then this is Christmas Eve day / evening. I went over to my son's house and Rachel cooked dinner. We played some board games, and I also brought some of my art stuff, and we did some little art cards that I'm going to show you in just a minute. So anyway, just took some pictures of us doing random craziness in their kitchen, because that's the big room where there's not a bunch of furniture in the middle of the floor, so they could do little dancing and acrobatics. Got this off of Pinterest, I believe. And here's my journaling. Here we are sitting right here waiting for the ball to drop, if you can see that. We've all got on our little 2019 fake sunglasses, or fake glasses. And then I used mine, cut the edges off, and just glued that down. And then all of these are little stamps. The rest of them are stars that I used my star punch and punched out. And then these are our little art cards. Oh, even my son did one. I was actually really impressed that he did one. So here's Rachel's. She is so great at drawing, and she used to art journal with me. And now that she's homeschooling and she's in charge of a homeschool group, I guess she has a big planner and she does all her planning. She didn't have time for art journaling, but she did a lovely job. And I love how she put here second annual game night, because we did that last year on New Year's Eve as well. My son, ever the patriotic American, made him into a little flag, and he used my, what's that little glittery, it's not glitter glue, stickles. He used that to make his little stars. There's mine. I used my new Distress crayons in the background. And then both of the boys just did, Logan's into a black and white phase. Can you tell he's a preteen? And so he just wrote Happy New Year. And then on the back, and I barely had room to squeeze this in, so I actually had to hole punch these with my little Happy Planner punch. And on the back, he put Jesus. And so I like the way that worked out, so that I can still see the back of the boys' cards. And then Jackson put his name on the back. So anyway, so that was it. That's it for this book. This is my, yeah, this is my very first Happy Planner as a journal. So that was October, November, and December. I did a previous video where I said what I thought about using the Happy Planner as a journal. And I'll link that below in case you're interested and haven't already seen it. And I guess that's about it for now. I really appreciate you taking the time to look at my journal flip through. And if you would like and subscribe, I would appreciate that. Would really love your comments. Even if it's just to say, hi, I liked it, or yeah, don't say I didn't like it. Just only say it if you liked it. I guess that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching.